Though Klim are most well known for their high-quality touring and adventure motorcycle gear, today we'll be looking at how they do with helmets with the Klim Krios Pro by taking it out on our road test. The Klim Krios Pro is an adventure helmet derived from the original Klim Krios, and it's meant to be the lightest adventure helmet available. Made from full carbon fiber and Koroyd materials, both are spelled with a K by the way, mean that this helmet will pull its weight in keeping your head safe. As you can see, this is an adventure helmet, so you can adjust its various features including its visor and peak for up to 4 different configurations to suit how you'd like to ride. This means that you can use the Krios Pro for street, adventure, dirt, or even trail riding, since the visor aperture is also large enough to fit a pair of goggles. With a recommended retail price of about €700 or $830, the Krios Pro will be competing with the Schubert E1, Shoei Hornet ADV, AGV AX-9, and the Arai Tour X4. Just a quick reminder to subscribe and check out the rest of our YouTube channel, where we have plenty of helmet reviews and road tests. For material, the Klim helmet is made of carbon fiber, which is why it's going to be so lightweight in a category that tends towards being heavier. This is often the case because of the helmet's off-road design and extra features like a large peak, but given the helmet's light weight of about 1,300 grams, it's definitely going to be very useful when you go off-road. It's also both ECE and DOT certified, but despite the amazing weight result and high-quality material, the Krios Pro is let down by only coming in 2 outer shell sizes, as opposed to at least 4 from its competitors. This is a shame, since the more outer shell sizes you have, the better fit you get from the helmet, since it's more proportional to the rest of your body. With off-road and adventure helmets, a larger number of shell sizes is even more important because they tend to be bulkier in shape. For ventilation, the Krios Pro comes with an adjustable vent in the chin and another in the forehead. Both are large and should flow plenty of air, though you can always switch to wearing goggles if you want even more to come through the helmet. The chin vent includes foam to also prevent dust from flying into your mouth, and you then have 3 exhausts out the back, with 2 on either side and 1 on top in the spoiler. Next up is the visor, and there are a good array of features coming with the helmet. The visor aperture, as usual for adventure helmets, is large enough for you to wear goggles in the helmet, and the helmet comes standard with a Transitions photochromic visor, which is also pinlock prepared, and another clear pinlock prepared visor, and the pinlock insert is even in the box. The main downside of the helmet's visor aperture is it's a little bit small when you compare it to its competitors, but it will still fit a pair of goggles. To remove the visor, it's very simple, so you can quickly change it on the go. First, you undo the peak at the top with the thumb screw. Once that's out, you just need to turn the 2 screws on either side of the helmet down. The visor will come off by pulling it forwards, and the peak will also pop off. You also have extra screws provided in the box. It's also important to note, out of the box, the helmet doesn't come with a peak attached, but we have attached it for this review. The interior of the Krios Pro is where it really gets interesting though. The liner is Klim's Climatech material, which is moisture wicking and antibacterial, and the Krios Pro uses a magnetic field lock chin strap to help reduce the fuss of making sure everything is fastened correctly. It is actually very easy, and it holds together well as well. Now, to remove the liner, it's also pretty basic in the Krios Pro. The cheek pads are attached with Velcro, so you can just pull them out, and it's good that it's so easy to remove, and the liner is also fairly comfortable. To remove the comfort liner, there are 2 buttons on the back with 4 head inserts in front to keep it in place, and this is also very easy. Now you can see the interior liner, which will offer plenty of airflow thanks to the large EPS grooves and the Koroyd construction in the helmet, though more on that in a moment. The helmet is also designed to fit the Cena 10U system, though it does not come with speaker cutouts. Now, back to Koroyd, which is what's really interesting about this helmet. Instead of standard EPS liner, the Krios Pro uses Koroyd. This liner basically looks like a series of straws, but it will absorb impact better and more uniformly than EPS. But the other advantages that come from this structure is that it's ultra light, more ventilating, and does better at absorbing angular impacts. We've also seen similar helmet safety improvements in other off-road helmet companies like Arai, as well with their AMSS system, though even this was primarily focused on reducing energy from angular impacts rather than energy overall. Now, let's see how the Krios Pro does out on the road. Before we get to the data, just a quick reminder for how we set up our road tests. On the left, we have the helmet's internal temperature displayed on the white monitor with the numbers coming from a thermometer placed between the liner and the helmet's EPS. In the middle, we have a decibel meter showing the helmet's noise level from a microphone placed near our rider's ear. Lastly, on the right, we have a telephone showing the day's airspeed on the helmet from a bike-mounted anemometer. On the dash, in the middle, we have our rider speed and the exterior temperature, and we conducted our test at 130 km per hour or 80 miles per hour on long stretches of highway. We took the helmet out on a still sunny day with the day's airspeed at about 120 to 130 km per hour. The day's external temperature was at about 29 degrees Celsius or 84 Fahrenheit, while the helmet's internal temperature was also the same. This was impressive considering the helmet has only two main front vents and shows the choroid did help with the airflow inside. For noise, the helmet also did very well with about 98 decibels in the helmet, which is a strong result, especially compared with its Arai and Shoei competition. Though our rider was skeptical of the helmet at first, he was very surprised by the Krios Pro's performance. Not only did he find it light, but it was very comfortable too, easily matching the likes of the Arai Tour X4 and the Shoei Hornet ADV. Though he found the fidlock fastener a bit strange at first, he also found it did make fastening easier in the end. Finally, we come to our champion helmets ranking for the Krios Pro. For material, since the helmet is made of carbon fiber, but sadly only comes in two shell sizes, it earns 4 stars. For weight, since the helmet was an incredible 1,300 grams, even with the peak, the Krios Pro earns 5 stars. Since the visor is pinlock prepared with the anti-fog insert in the box, it also earns 4 stars. And for noise, since the Krios Pro gave a strong result of 98 decibels, especially considering it also had the peak mounted, it earns 4.5 stars. For ventilation, since the Krios Pro's vents kept the interior temperature at the same level as the exterior, the helmet earns another 4 stars. Lastly, the comfortable liner and clever chin strap earned the Krios Pro another 4 stars. Overall, this brings the Krios Pro to a total of 4 stars at 27 euros per star, and this brings it out slightly ahead of its competition of the Shoei Hornet ADV and the Tour X4. The Shoei still has a strong set of user-friendly features, while the Arai Tour X4 has been built to handle anything with an incredible array of features built into its liner. If you'd like to learn more about the Klim Krios Pro, then don't forget to head to championhelmets.com, where we have a lowest price guarantee and plenty of bundle deals including discounted comm systems. The Klim Krios Pro does manage to hold its own when put up against its main competitors from Shoei and Arai. While Shoei and Arai do offer strong competition with premium aspects like more shell sizes and other features, Klim produced a good helmet with some innovative features that definitely make it more than an ordinary ADV helmet. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe for more data-driven reviews, and let us know what you think in the comments down below. I'm Sebastian from Champion Helmets, and thanks for watching.